Hey everyone, RPGamer here, E3 2012. We're about to go talk to XSEED. You know, they're bringing up a little game called The Last Story. They've got Takuya Matsumoto from Mistwalker there, lead level designer, lead programmer, going to talk to us about The Last Story, tell us what's going on in the game, some of the story details, and we'll try and get a release date out of them, but I don't know, don't keep your hopes up. Let's go.
ラストストーリーはですね、舞台はファンタジーですが、広信坂口さんが得意なですね、オーバーテクノロジー、ファイナルファンタジーとかでもそうでしたけど、の要素を取り入れて、スケールを大きいスケール物語を描いたアクション RPG です。
So the last story is set in the fantasy world, but as Sakaguchi-san's known for his title, it's in a over technological world. It has a lot of stuff, and it's an action RPG within this epic world of fantasy.
And it's on the Wii, which is interesting. We don't see a lot of big budget, especially Sakaguchi RPGs on the Wii. What led the choice of that platform?
Wii でしかも坂口さんのビッグバジェットタイトル、対策なんですけど、あまり Wii というコンソールはそういったものを扱わないんですけど、なぜ Wii にしたんでしょうか。
それについては、任天堂と坂口さんのなんというかですね、思いが大きいと思うんですけど、きっとプラットフォーマーとしての任天堂はより広い層のユーザーに Wii を広げたいという思いでしょうし、坂口さんも、今までスクエにいらした時よりも今までなんというかターゲットにしたことないユーザーを狙ってみたいという思いがあったからだと思います。
So I think this was the talk between Nintendo and Sakaguchi-san, and I think they both had some kind of something behind it. But for Nintendo, they wanted to have they want to reach out to more variety, larger scale of users, and at the same time, for Sakaguchi-san, he wanted to reach out to a different type of audience that he wasn't able to reach out in the Square Enix days. So I think their mutual thought behind that led to this development of the game on the Wii.
So what sets us apart from a traditional action RPG?
じゃあ他のアクション RPG とまたちょっと違うことを提供するゲームだと思うんですが、どういったことがありますかね。
そうですね、一番大きいチャレンジは私ターンベースの RPG も好きなんですけど、作るのも遊ぶのも、ターンベースの RPG が持っている戦略性というものをこのリアルタイムコンバットに持ち込んだということが一番大きなチャレンジだと思います。
So I love turn-based RPGs to even creating it and playing it, but in this game we wanted to have the strategical aspect in a turn-based RPG into a real-time combat system, and I think that was the most challenging and rewarding part of this game.
So can you explain kind of how some of the systems work?
じゃあどういったシステムが例えばどういったものがあるかちょっと説明していただけますか。
ちょうど今やっていたんですけど、まずですね、アクションリアルタイムコンバットにどう間を作ろうかということを考えました。それの結果出た答えはこのカバープラスカバーの時に、周りを見渡すことができるという機能、カバーの時には敵に見つかりませんので、プレイヤーは戦場を観察したりとか自分のステータスを確認したりという間が作ることができますね。まずそこを見つけました。
So the first thing that we wanted to implement was to have this cover system that if there's an object within the field that you can actually duck behind it. And by doing so, you can assess the field map, what kind of situation that you're in, like status-wise, and what kind of enemy formation that they're in. And while you're in the hiding mode, the enemies won't be able to see you, so you'll be able to peek around and see. So they really wanted to have this like strategic part of the turn-based RPG to actually sit down and calm down and see what's going on into a real-time action RPG or real-time combat system. So to have those little moments was the first thing that they wanted to put in.
そうですね。例えばこの場合、 戦場にあるこの石の柱というのを見つけて、そこに対して味方のウィザードに魔法で攻撃させて崩して敵を混乱させるという戦術が選べますし、もしくは敵の今チームが言ったフォーメーションを見てですね、その後列後ろの列に敵の例えばヒーラーがいたりウィザードがいたりする、そこを狙えと味方に指示したりするということができる仕組みです。
So the second part was using that you can really assess the battlefield. For example, this is a good example of what's going on. You can see specific object within the battlefield and tell your wizard or your mage to destroy it or leave it alone. And if by destroying it, you can make that crumble down and like make the enemies confused in state. And also like you'll be able to assist the battle situation or the formation that they're in. And if there's like a healer or a sorcerer in the back of the roll, then you can order your teammates to attack them, or you can go behind them and flank them, and then have your allies attack from front.
そうですね、これは初期のプレイヤー主人公が持っている、能力ってほどのものじゃないですね。この次に、ギャザリングっていう特殊な能力を得て、その後さらにギャザリングを拡張して、コマンドシステムっていうものが使えるようになります。でそうするとより詳細に味方に指示を出したりとか、敵の能力を、ターンベース RPG の良さを、より引き出すことができるシステムが待っています。
So in the very beginning, this is just like ordering your specific things that you need to look at, and then from there you have the choice to do something about it or leave it alone. But later on, as you progress through the game, the main character Zill will have this special ability that you can get the attention of all the enemies towards you, and by doing so, your teammates will free up to like cast bigger magic spells, so they'll have their alone time. So that's another part, like the strategical aspect. And later on, as you progress through it, there'll be a thing called a command system where you can actually stop the battle and then command each of your teammates to do what in this battlefield. So you can really command and strategize what's going on in the battlefield.
So, what are we looking for a release date on this?
Right now we're just saying summer,
Just summer sometime? Okay.
but it's coming pretty soon.
And are we having both Japanese and English audio, or any decision on that yet?
This will be English only.
English only?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just not enough specs to put both in.
I see. And then, what's the basic story here? Why are we fighting to begin with?
まずごめんなさい、初期に戻ってなぜみんな戦ってるんですか？
傭兵なんですよね。食うために戦ってます。最初はですよ、このステージ1。
They're mercenaries,
Yeah.
and right now, as this is the very beginning of the game, but they're fighting to survive, just to eat, to make ends meet.
その中でその宇宙の力という、オーバーテクノロジーの力を主人公が得るというきっかけが起きるんですね。事件が起きます。
And then soon after, in the very beginning of the game, you'll acquire this special power that you'll be able to do other stuff, and that actually came from like out of space. So that's the over technology. That is the technology that doesn't belong in this world, which the main character will acquire.
最初は本当に何というか食うために戦っているという主人公ですけど、何のために戦うのかですね、誰のために戦うのかというそういう目的が次第に芽生えていきます。
So in the very beginning, they're just fighting to meet. So it's just their occupation to survive, to eat, to get food. But as you progress through the story, they'll start having their own reason to like why they're fighting.
So, do you control all the characters in the party, or just one?
全てのキャラクターメンバーをそれそれとも
それは、コープごめんなさい、オンラインモードだとどのキャラクターを使うこともできますが、シングルプレイモードは、基本的にシナリオでコントロールされたキャラクターを操作していきます。主人公だけじゃなくて、兄貴分のクオークじゃないやつ
ドラゴンですね。
で であったりユーリックであったりとかファイター、魔法使い、ヒーラーなどを操作することができます。だからそれは22ではありません。
So this game has an online mode as well. So when you go into the online mode, you'll be able to select different characters. But within the single player, you'll only get to control whatever that scenario or whatever the story progress in that.
So it changes by mission or
Mission
quest or
によって
something like that?
ミッ
Or?
ションであったりとか、今も冒頭そうだったんですけど、冒頭主人公ではなくてドラゴンかで始めて、途中でエルザに切り替わったりという、その一つのダンジョンの中でシーンごとに結構、例えば2つにパーティーを分割しました、こっちをやってこっちをやってとか。
So in the very beginning of the game, you won't be playing as Zale, the main character. You'll be playing as his sort of like his bigger brother, Dragon. But as later on in the game, you'll be times that you need to split up in two teams, and then you'll be playing on one end, and then when that ends, you'll go into the other end, and you'll be playing the main character, not main character, but whoever the scenario is focused on the other party.
What was the biggest challenge while making this?
これ作った時に一番のチャレンジは何だろう？
とですね、もうそのバトルシステムすべてですね、そのギャザリングっていうシステムがやはり強すぎてゲームバランスをよく破壊しました。
So I guess that'll be the battle system, because we implemented this new system, the gathering, where all the enemies are focused on you. That became too much of an advantage in the beginning, so that was really hard to adjust the difficulty, but the overall balance of the game.
そうですね、そこを一つのルール、つまり最初にエルザがギャザリングの能力を得てからエンディングまでそこまでルールを変えずに全ての敵とのバトルに通用するギャザリングのバランス、これはもう坂口さんもですけど私たちもそうですし、マリオクラブ、任天堂の力もものすごく借りました。
So because Zale will have this special power to get everybody's attention, we needed to come up with a battle system balance that will work on every single battle from like the time he acquires it to the final boss. And the battle balance was really difficult. That it was something that we worked on, development team worked on with Sakaguchi-san and Nintendo together to come up with like a really good balance for each and every battle.
Well, thank you very much for showing the game. It looks fantastic.
素晴らしいもの。
ありがとうございます。